In this video, we interviewed Jason Burggraaf, who is the Executive Director of the Greater Ottawa Homebuilders Association, or GOBA for short. He talks about some of the top pressing issues affecting builders here in Ottawa. Before we get into it, if you're a builder and not a part of your local builders association, I highly recommend you get involved. I did it as soon as I had started my business 12 years ago at this point, and it was one of the best things I could have ever done. I quickly learned that the people around that table at those meetings were not my so-called competition. The truth is that there's more than enough work out there for everybody, and the people at that table actually want to make the industry better and are willing to help. Now, here is Jason Burggraaf.
Well, the number one issue that we're focused on today is really housing supply and affordability across Ottawa. Ottawa needs more housing. We had our best housing year ever last year at 9,400 new housing starts, but it's simply not enough to keep up with the demand and population growth that Ottawa is seeing. So in fact, we need to be building over 10,000 homes a year, closer to 15,000 homes if we can help it at all. And that's really where we need to see coordination between industry and policy from the government side to really facilitate home building. So right now the city has started in on its new zoning to follow its official plan, and our members are involved in those discussions both inside neighborhoods to make them more dense, to make minor and major corridors along transit, have higher buildings, and also those new communities that we're going to need as well. We have such a sheer population growth. Somewhere between 400,000 and 560,000 new people are going to join the city over the next 25 years. And in order to accommodate that many people and house them comfortably, we're going to need to build both up, in, and out in order to get everyone a house they deserve. One of the main things we'd like to see is a support for eliminating R1 zoning, that strict single-family only zoning. It's an antiquated system now. That doesn't mean there can't be single-family homes or neighborhoods anymore, but it's not something we should instill in our legislation, where those kind of neighborhoods can't grow and can't develop and can't mature into more urban centers. I appreciate the sentiment that comes from people wanting to preserve their neighborhood character, but in reality, that's what's going to need to happen if Ottawa is going to maintain its prestigiousness as a multicultural, large metropolitan city. It's the second biggest city in Ontario. It needs to have more dense neighborhoods. And I appreciate that there's questions about neighborhood character and what have you, but those characters, kind of need to change. Otherwise, we're not going to achieve the intensification targets that we need. If we need to have more multifamily units within neighborhoods, more without cars, and that would be great, but we're not seeing the city kind of really pushing through as of yet on the zoning end, and that's really what we're waiting for, is that zoning bylaw to come through and really fulfill the needs of housing intensification.
Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate your support. Speaking of upcoming zoning changes, we do have a couple videos on intensification projects that you may very well be interested in, including this coach house that we're building to net zero ready standard. This interview with Jason was actually done at a GOBA Building Innovation Showcase, where we heard from a few different speakers and got an opportunity to finally network in person with some other builders, suppliers, manufacturers, and policy makers. A much needed event after a 2-year break. If you're a contractor looking for more opportunities to network and grow, then you'll want to check out our group calls that we have launched through the Conscious Builder Academy. You can just head to consciousbuilderacademy.com for more details, or check out the links in the description below. Until next time, I'm Casey Gray, and remember to live consciously.